Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday the 22nd of March. We have mods and updates all over the place. We'll start off with the updates. The map Nova Estancia by Namog Mod has had an update. It doesn't say whether it needs a new save game or not. The map Bourneheath by Brummy Farmer has had an update that says it does need a new save game. The map Riverside 22 by MISSYB has had an update. That just says final update. It doesn't say whether it needs a new save game or not. Changelog 1.4. No, it doesn't say. Then we've got the Komatsu Valmet 911.4 by Vectorman, the Case Magnum series by Gian FS, the New Holland T7 series by Blauer, and the Multi-Fruit Buying Station by 82 Studio have all had updates. Woodtrestle, that's what's in front of me. This is by AgrarModding, 0.50 megabytes download, 2 slots each for the first one of each of these. They're £50, euros or dollars each. Decorative trestle, they can't be lifted up though. That's the only downside, I will say. Which is a pity. But you can put these down, and if you've got you're doing woodwork and stuff, you might want to drop logs onto these, put logs onto these so you can cut them easier, or just as a decorative sawhorse object. That of course is entirely up to you. Under decoration, under others, right on the end there, like I said, slot counts will come down to 1 once you've bought one of each, and they're 50 each. When placing, we can rotate them around, but like I say, you can't then pick them up and move them, unfortunately. But anyway, that's the Woodtrestle by AgrarModding. Next, we've got the concrete blocks silo pack. Now, when I first saw this, I thought this was a set of blocks you could build yourself, because the description says this is by wojtasik. It says, with bunker silo you can make silos from grass or maize. The bunker silo made with concrete blocks is easy and fast to build and to transport. So I just looking at the picture as well, I thought, oh okay, that's pretty cool. But that just means in real life the blocks would be easy to transport and move around. These are just three silage clamps. They are 5 slots and 6 slots. They only move at 90-degree angles. You can't move them at any increments. You like 3.21 megabytes download under build mode, under silos, 8,800 for the small one just there, 16,000 for the medium size, and 21,600 for the large one. I have taken the liberty of putting some chaff into them. The small one bled through. There was a lot of clipping straight away. So I thought I'd better check the other ones. I didn't want to assume they would all clip. The medium one didn't. This one has got about 35,000 litres in. It's not full. I would say it might take 40, maybe 50,000 pushing it. The medium sized one has got, what did I put in that? 154,000. Again, that will take more. It's not completely full up to the top or to the front, and there's space at the back, so maybe 170, 200,000 might be pushing it. And then the much larger one, I put in this one 389,809. We're over halfway full on that, so you could be looking at potentially 700,000 litres maybe. I mean, that's not definite, and none of those figures are definite. That's just extrapolating from what I've put in them already. So the medium and large didn't bleed through the sides at all. The small one did, but they are silage clamps, which then would need to be compacted and then covered to make your silage. So next up, the thumbnail was not exaggerating. We've got the very big concrete haul by Tarksy 007, 1.88 megabytes download, 11 slots on console. It's 200,000 to buy. On the description for this, it says this is the very big concrete haul. You may be familiar from Elm Creek map. Now your dream has come true. You can open it, look inside, pack it, everything fits. And when I say the biggest barn ever, you could put an entire farm inside this. You could hide a farm inside it, including silos and animal pens and everything. It is colossal. I mean, absolutely huge. The detailing on it is fantastic, with the weathering and sort of rust running down the sides. There's no lighting inside, unfortunately, but look at it. It's just... It is absolutely huge. I wonder if you could put animal pens down and then place over the top of it. I challenge someone, set up an entire farm, maybe I'll have a go at doing it, set up a farm that you can run completely inside the shed. It is massive, I think is the best way to describe it. Under build mode. Now this one, weirdly, it says in the description it's under sheds, but I found it under silos. I did panic and then think, oh, is there supposed to be a limit, like, has it got a capacity? But no, you'll find it under silos for some reason. So a very big concrete hole on the end. Slot count will come down from 11 to 1. What an absolute beast. The very big concrete hole by TomSky 007. Next we've got the basic pastures pack by MISSYB and Food Farmer, 1.86 megabytes download. There are 2 slots each. We've got one for cows, one for pigs, one for sheep. They're only 5,000 each to buy, and each one will hold 150 animals. Free range, as you can see, and that's the premise behind it. Now, here's where things get interesting. Free range cows, of the 3, I've got a little bit of spilling. So the posts are supposed to indicate the nav mesh, which is basically the area within which the animals will stay. So when you're placing this, if you put other buildings and stuff around it, or you're going to put other things around it, it will give you the limit as to where the animals will go to. I've had a few pigs escaping, like they used to do with the fences, and they kind of run around the outside. The cows, however, they just don't care. Look, there's my 2 boundary posts. That one, nah, that's off, that's gone. The ones at the back and the side here, they just, no, not interested. Look. Completely free range. There's my 2 back marking posts and they're just off. Out wherever. Don't care. I'm assuming this is going to get an update potentially. Dialogue boxes at the end. Got the feed trough. We've got a water trough. Now these, because they're open pastures, you'll get milk from the cows, you'll get wool from the sheep. You won't get manure, you won't get slurry, you won't get anything like that from them. Same with the pigs, you won't get manure or slurry. There's nowhere to put bedding in or anything like that. But they are open pastures. And then this marker here will remove the posts, like so. So once you've placed it and you know where, well, say you think you know where your boundaries are, then you can remove the posts and it becomes truly kind of open and just fits in. You can put it in the middle of a field, or so it just gives that feeling of freedom for the animals. So the pig one, the same thing. Feed trough, water trough, dialogue box. Marker posts can be removed or lowered into the ground, and then the sheep a little bit further. The sheep actually, yeah, they seem to have been staying pretty much within. Have I got any on the outside this side? I don't think so. I think it's just the cows. They're outside a little bit, but nowhere near like the cows are. And the same options here. Now this does say it will allow for some hills when placing, but it needs to be placed predominantly on the flat if possible. Now I would say this is not a hill, this is just a little slope here, and it didn't adjust the ground to allow for this, so I've got this kind of into it, so you may well need to level your ground as best as you can anyway before placing these. Oh, that's interesting. I would say we're going to get an, oh hang on, there we go. Boundary post, there we go. The trigger was just a little bit further over. So under build mode, under animals, cow 1 out on the end there, 5 grand slot count will come down to 1. Pigs, like I said, 5 grand each, you can't argue with that either. Again, slot count will come down to 1, and then the sheep, again 5 grand slot count will come down to 1, 150 of each in each. Very cool indeed. The basic pastures pack by MISSYB and Food Farmer. Next we've got this. This is the big white cow barn by RajotGPLAY. 34.02 megabytes download. 61 slots on console. 85,000 to buy, and it will hold 60 sheep. Very nicely detailed. A lot going on with it. We've got, although it's not a workshop trigger in here, we've got a little workshop on the end. We do have lighting throughout the building. We've got our milk parlour, so you can see the milk trigger is just here. We can open the door to the milk parlour, and the milk parlour does have a door that goes through. We've got another light switch there as well. Through here we've got a dialogue box, and through here we've got our feed trigger and our bedding trigger. So feed and straw triggers through here. We've got a little office, in here. Again with the light switch just around the side there. All the farmed filing and stuff regarding all your cows, your cow passports are all there. Like I said, door that goes through. We've got a door on the side here as well. So if you don't want to drive through but you want to back up to your feed, we have also got above, there's some open bits for a hayloft. We've got a drive-through separate barn storage section this side. We do have a hayloft, bale loft, whatever you want to put up here. This happened to me last time, there we go. There is a light switch at the far end. We do have some doors that can be opened in various different locations for accessing, for putting bales up here with telehandlers and that kind of thing. Light switches on the wall just here. There we go. Under build mode, under animals, just there. Slot count will come down from 61 down to 385 grand. The Big White Cow Barn by RajotGPLAY. Next, we've got over here, we've got the Stara Tornado 600 MD by Centro Sul. 3.09 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. It's a tub fertilizer or lime spreader. I've got fertilizer in one, lime in the other. It says it spreads to 18 meters. I'm just going to double check while I'm doing this to see whether it will do both to 18 meters. Often lime is a narrower spread, but we'll double check that. Under tools, under fertilizer spreaders, out on the end there, 3,500. Slot count will come down to 1. No options available. You get it just like that. This one doesn't have the option for adjusting the spread width. As you can see, top left, L1, R1. So if I turn on the fertilizer spreader, 18 meters, no problem for my fertilizer. Drop that off. Then we'll check the lime. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. As I say, it just doesn't have to check, does it? There we go. 18 meters for our lime as well. So we go. The Stara Tornado 600 MD by Centro Sul. And then, interesting enough, along with that today, we've then got this. This is the Lizard 600L. It's by TomSky. 3.14 megabytes download. 4 slots on console. Also an 18 meter spread. This is a fertilizer and lime spreader too. We have a couple of options on this. I think it's 600 and a 900 litre. I think I went for the 900. Was it 800? 800 litre, sorry. In the same place. You probably just saw it anyway. Just there. Slot count comes down to 1. 600, yeah, 600 or 800 litre option. Main colour, we've got various different reds, sort of rust reds and reds on there we can choose from. And then design colour, we've got a couple of silvers. We've got a galvanised and a more kind of flat grey really. I don't know, it's got a little bit of a shine to it. So, I'll do the same with this. Now this one does have the option to change the spread width. So, if we go 18 meters, 15 meters, 13 meters, 10 meters, back to 18. Let's turn it on. That's our 18 meters. And 18 meters for the lime as well. Nice animations on all of them. They get the job done. That's the Lizard 600L by TomSky. Next we have got, where did I go? Just over here. We have these. This is the Universal Trailers by Schmid 2010. 5 slots and 7 slots. These are modified versions of the Abbey trailers. Is it Abbey? what's that, Abby? That we have in game. The standard ones only do water for animals. These ones will do various different liquids within the game with a few different options for colour changes for the hoses, the tank, and various different things as well. Plus, as you can see, we can put little logos on the side. You don't have to have the logos on the side. And there's an option I wanted to test on this one. It will make sense in a moment because although it's got the water logo on it, inside it's got slurry. I think about slurry or digestate in it. Like I say, all will make sense momentarily. Did I say 5.36 megabytes download? I might have done. If we come down to animals, Abby. So the standard in-game ones, like I say, they just do water, are both there. If we come out of there and we go down to our miscellaneous, out to the end. So our 5 slots and 7 slots both come down to 1. They will take digestate, slurry, milk, diesel, water, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide or herbicide. Now, options we have got. We'll set up standard or standard 2. Design standard. Now you can have standard. Now this is for the logo. Okay, so we've got this. So if you want to put a specific logo on your trailer, especially if you're doing multiplayer, so people know what's in it or what you want in it. So we've got milk, water, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, diesel, liquid manure, digestate, or standard without one. Now this is where I wanted to check something. If you leave capacity standard, you can fill it out with anything you want. However, if you switch it to digestate and liquid fertilizer, slurry, it will only take digestate or slurry. So if you want it to be able to take everything, you want to put it on standard. If you only want digestate and slurry, because you don't want to mix that with your milk and your water and stuff like that, then you want it on that. That's what I tested on the second one. So although I put the water logo on it, when I went to fill it up, it would only let me do digestate and slurry. So that was kind of the test on that one. Main colour does the tank. Design colour does the hose. Rim colour does the rim. And license plate option on there too. And then the same with this one. Exactly the same options with the tyres, with the design logos. Capacity again, we can change that if we want. Main colour, tank, design colour, hose, and rim colour, rim colour. So that one has got liquid fertiliser in it, 2,000 litres. That has got 6,000 litres of slurry in it, although it says water because it would only let me put slurry or digestate in it. So yeah, it just gives you a few more options from the base game versions of the Abbey trailers. That's Universal Trailers by Dorschmeid 2010. Next we've got this. This is the Fortuna FTM 300 ALU Cargo 9.0 by AgrarModding. 10.82 megabytes download, 8 slots on console, 53,000 litre capacity with a few different options on it. You'll find it under trailers. Just there, 90,000 for the base model. We've got the option of Trelleborg, doesn't have any tyre options. BKT, we've got standard and standard 2. And then Lizard with no options. Back to Trelleborg. Then you've got without protection, with protection. Always better with protection. Then we've got body, 4 different colours. We've got the standard Fortuna green. Then we've got the green new, red, and a slightly darker red with a license plate option on there as well. So, hop in, start it up. Lighting and indicators. Oh, look at those. They're a bit fancy. They remind me of Audis. A lot of the new Audis have those type of lights. Get you. Now we've got work lights in the back. I thought they might be reverse lights, but they are work lights. And then we have got the option to do tip side back or tip side grain door. Why can't this action be performed here? There we go. That's grain door. And then tip side back. Actually pretty fast unload on that. That doesn't hang about, does it? Quite high tip as well. So not going to be particularly great for going under like small buildings for unloading in sheds and things like that. However, I do like the unload and lower speed on that. There you go. The Fortuna ALU Cargo 9.0 by AgrarModding. Next, we've got this. This is the Claas Rollant 350 RotoCut by Arek. 10.22 megabytes download, 8 slots on console. I recall this when we had this in FS19 being a lot cheaper I thought it. Did I dream it? I don't know. You'll see in a moment. You can have it with older stickers or newer stickers, and there's a few different options on this as well. For tyres and things. It's a round baler, 125 centimetre bales is what it will do. If we go down to balers, just there. So I don't know, was it almost 45,000? I thought it was a lot cheaper. So your standard round balers were always about 59,000. And I recall using one of these on 6 ashes, and I bought it because it was quite cheap. Anyway, it doesn't matter, it's 45 grand. 90 horsepower required, 125 centimetre bales is what it will do. Slot count will come down from 8 to 1. We've got the option of a Trelleborg, BKT, Michelin, Friedrichstein. Under Trelleborg, we've got this and this. Under BKT, that and that. And then Michelin, just that. Friedrichstein, just that. Back to Trelleborg. Got decals old or new. RotoCut markings, so that'll put RC on the side for RotoCut, and it'll put the RotoCut logo on the back if you want to have that on there. Warning triangle, yes or no on the back. Additional stickers, puts the stickers on the side. I don't think it puts them anywhere else. I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, on the back as well. And then we've got at the front, we've got a lower attacher or a top attacher. Just adjust things a little bit there, and a license plate option on there as well. So let's start it up. When we unfold, it takes the wheels from the back and puts them at the front for our pickup. So if we unfold baler and move them from the back, put them to the front, lower our pickup, start it up. We can turn on automatic drop if we want. And that's pretty standard on balers now. It would be unusual not to have it. You still need to stop. It's not a fast bale, but pickup seems to, I think the pickup says it's 2.1 metres. There we go. The Claas Rollant 350 RotoCut by Arek, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. I'm just going to double check the mod hub. I don't think we've got any maps today. Nope. On to the last of the mods. And it's this, the Liebherr Loader 538 by the Lort, 11.35 megabytes download, 8 slots on console. This doesn't come as a pack with any front loader attachments or anything, wheel loader attachments, but it will work with any wheel loader attachment, and if you're using various different adapters and things from various different packs, you can probably put all sorts of things on it. But Liebherr Loader, I think it's only 120 grand, it's not too expensive either. You'll find it under vehicles, under wheel loaders, so I'm looking where it kind of places itself, somewhere between the Touring 956 and the Touring 1511. That one's 106 horsepower, that's 167. So this one out here, 120 grand, yeah. 155 horsepower. It's not bad for 120 grand, is it? Slot count will come down from 8 to 1. We get the option of Trelleborg or Michelin. Michelin just has that option. On the Trelleborg, we've got standard, front twins, wides, back to standard. Then we've got the option of having it Liebherr or Lizard. I'm not sure why you wouldn't, unless you particularly dislike the Liebherr brand for some reason, I don't know, but then you would pick a different wheel loader, wouldn't you? Anyway, then we've got Beacon Standard, Variation 1, Variation 2, warning signs, yes or no, main colour, anything on that palette. We've got a few different Liebherr colours at the top, some greys, and that one's an interesting one, kind of like a bronze, almost like a bronze. I don't know, it's weird. Grape sort of colour. Anyway, and then there's a slightly more orange version on there. Design colour does the cab, so you can mix and match. Rim colour, you've guessed it, does your rims. And license plate option is on there as well. Pop in, start her up. Lighting, beacon, depending on which one you went for. There's no doors or windows that open on it. And it works like a wheel loader. I mean, there's nice and responsive on the turn. interior. Pretty quiet in the cab actually, it's quite nice. Mirror's nice and clear. There you go. That's the Liebherr Loader 538 by the Lort, and that's it for the mods for today, Wednesday the 22nd of March. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.